The Portland Trail Blazers' backs are against the wall. We trail 2-0 here in the NBA Finals, and we have to win Game 3 on the road in Detroit, or else we are doomed. No team has ever come back down 3-0 in an NBA playoff series, let alone the Finals. So this is a must-win game, and as close to an elimination game as one can get. Winning Game 2 would have put us in a lot more comfortable of a situation, but unfortunately we were unable to. The big storyline here was Darius Springer playing through a knee injury, and he certainly did not look anywhere near like his normal self. We still had good scoring production from the backcourt as Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot Henderson combined for 53. Khalil Griffin had a triple-double, and while he did not shoot the ball well, he had a really impactful game as a scorer, rebounding, passing, and I thought his defense on Ausar Thompson was really good. But the efficiency has to get better because that's the biggest strength of his game. He led the NBA in true shooting this year at nearly 70%, but the efficiency has gone way down throughout the entire playoffs, and we need him to shoot the ball like he did in the regular season. Porzingis and Logan both played really well too. It's really Darius Springer who did not give us great minutes. He only had 10 points and 5 rebounds, and while he didn't make any game-breaking mistakes, he wasn't a positive out there. He was a minus 17 in 28 minutes, the lowest plus-minus on the roster. It's unfortunate considering how unbelievable of a postseason he's had. His efficiency, scoring, rebounding, defending, and passing has all been unbelievable, and this legitimately has been one of the best individual playoff runs in quite some time. The hope is that he's going to be better off in Game 3 than he was in Game 2, and the farther we get along, the better his knee should be. But he's still not 100% or anywhere close, and had he not played in this game and Zay Logan gotten his minutes, I think we would have won. As for Detroit, Cade Cunningham had 59. We could not guard him, and we're going to have to figure out how to defend him. Otherwise, there's no chance we come back. The challenges that come with scheming around Cade Cunningham is that the Pistons have many other secondary scorers. Ivy had 25. Calhoun had 23. Nobody else was all that good, though, scoring the ball, but we know Ausar Thompson is highly capable. He only shot the ball twice, and we know Jabari Smith is a lot better than the 4 for 13 shooting performance he put on this game. We're certainly going to need the big three outside of Springer to continue to step up. I thought Sharpe, Griffin, and Scoot all played pretty well in Game 2, but we're still going to need more out of them if we want to win this series. But the two real questions we have to ask is how we're going to run the offense not through Darius Springer, and how we're going to guard Cade Cunningham, and we'll start with the latter. What we did in Game 2 defensively did not work because the guy had nearly 60 points. He's been unbelievable himself this playoff run. Absurd efficiency, averaging well over 30 a game here in the playoffs during Detroit's 11-game win streak dating back to the first round. We need somebody else to guard him. I think Scoot Henderson's a pretty good defender, but he's only 6'2". We need somebody who's bigger, who has a longer wingspan, and I think that can be Khalil Griffin, who has a 99 perimeter defense rating. He's 6'7", he's got long arms, and I think his defense has been pretty good in the playoffs. He shut down Bryson Franklin. He held Cassius Maxey. He did struggle in the Western Conference Finals with Midnight Hopkins, but I think Hopkins was a bad matchup for him, and I like him more with Cade Cunningham, who's a little bit slower. We're also going to have Ochai Agbaji on Cade a lot, especially when Griffin's out of the game. Caleb Marsh and Malachi Suleiman can both cover Cade too. As long as Damian Lillard's not on him when they're both on the floor together, then I think we're going to have a very positive defender with Cade. We're going to have to tighten him up defensively on the ball and off the ball. Don't let him get room from three. Don't give him room off of screens. So now the question is, what's the deal with Darius Springer? And the good news is that he's a lot better off than he was in Game 2. His layup and dunk have gone way up to 79. Certainly not as good as the normal 99, but a lot better. His shooting attributes look pretty solid, and I think as someone who can be a spot-up shooter for us, he can have some value. His defensive ratings are the same, but that's not going to matter as long as his athletic ratings are down the drain, which they still are, and the same goes for rebounding. It's not going to matter what his rebound ratings if his vertical is at 49. He is still absurdly slow, his lateral quickness is still really bad, but he has pretty much all of his regular skills. It's basically as if Darius Springer moved like he was about 50 years old, but the rest of his game is still intact. So we are going to play Springer, we are going to start him, and we're still going to give him around 30 minutes tonight. Sure, he was not very good in Game 2, and Zay Logan will play a lot more in this matchup, but we still need Darius Springer's experience and leadership on the floor, and I think he's going to play a lot better than he did in Game 2 because he's had an extra 2 or 3 days to recover. But we still can't run the offense through him because he isn't quick enough to be responsible with the ball. So what I have done is I have created not so much a play for us on offense, but more so a concept. I know this play looks kind of complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. I've decided to name this offensive concept, Take Cade Out. We're not literally going to take him out. The concept does not really do what it says, but I think the idea actually makes quite a bit of sense. Our best offensive plays through games 1 and 2 is when Scoot Henderson was in isolation, guarding Cade Cunningham. Scoot is the one in black. Cade is the number 1 with the red X. The idea is that on the wing, we're going to have guys in motion. Our forwards can set screens. Our guards look to get open on the perimeter. But as long as there's motion beyond the three-point line and the paint isn't clogged, look at all that space for Scoot Henderson, who is in isolation with Cade Cunningham as the other 4 defenders are focused on switching through the screens. So Scoot's going to drive to the basket and Cade's going to follow. From there, Scoot has some choices. Likely the most common and best choice for Scoot would be to look to score the ball. He's a great finisher. He's probably going to be one-on-one with Cade Cunningham. That seems like an easy 2 points pretty often. But what if the Pistons send help defense? Sure, their rim protection is not good, but if they send help, that should mean with all that space, somebody's open in the corner, bang, they go for the 3. The other option would be that Scoot goes to the basket and looks to potentially draw the foul here from Cade Cunningham. This is the idea of taking Cade out of the game. By getting him in foul trouble, he will not play as much, meaning his offensive impact will be a lot less than it was in Game 2. The idea is that we're also going to tire Cade out by constantly picking on him defensively because he is the best defensive matchup for us. So constantly abusing him and tiring him out will again take him out of the game offensively. So by running him down and getting him in foul trouble, he will not be able to score the ball as much because he's either going to be too tired or he's going to be on the bench. Take Cade out offensively by attacking him defensively. I know it all sounds a little bit crazy, but this master plan might just work. Let's get started here with Game 3 in Detroit. The Pistons, who have not lost since the first round, return home. The Blazers have to win this game, trotting out the same starting 5, including Darius Springer, still battling with the strained MCL, but he's going to give it a go once again, and hopefully he's more impactful than he was in the last game. Pistons looking to push the pace early. Jabari Smith with it, and it's stripped away and stolen by Scoot. In transition, lobs it up for Shaedon Sharpe. The Blazers are going to look to be aggressive defensively, forcing turnovers. When the ball is not in Cade or Jaden Ivey's hands, go for steals. Try to make plays when the ball is in the lesser ball handler's hands. Cade off the screen for 3, and it is good. Khalil Griffin's going to have to be able to keep up with Cade the entire time. That play he was unable to. It looks like a pick and roll. Scoot over to Porzingis. He gets it over to Darius Springer. Springer looks to drive by Cade, and he will make the layup. Springer was definitely not doing that in Game 2. Already making plays with the ball in his hands, doing a better job of scoring in contact. Cade, step back. That one is good. He's got 5 points early, despite being guarded by arguably the Blazers' best perimeter defender. Here they go. Scoot's in isolation on the drive with the throwdown. The Pistons do choose to send help, but because none of their starters can protect the rim, that's an easy finish for Scoot Henderson, who blows right by Cade. Shaedon Sharpe with it on the drive. He's intercepted by Ivey. Here comes the Pistons in transition. Asar Thompson. Jumper is good. After only scoring 2 points in Game 2, the Pistons are hoping for a much more impactful game offensively out of Thompson. Scoot over to Griffin. He's got Springer. Thinks about the shot. Won't take it. It's tipped and intercepted. The Blazers got too cute there. I think Scoot should have just gone for the finish inside, as Jabari Smith misses the layup on the other end. Good defense by Springer. Scoot with the rebound out to Griffin in transition for 3. and the Blazers are back ahead 9-7. Ivy's guarded by Scoot. That's going to be the defensive matchup with Jaden Ivey, while Ausar Thompson is guarded by Sharp. As Cade Cunningham hits the three off the screen, he's now got 8. Portland again putting Scoot in isolation. Looks to get by Cade, and he throws it down over Pokusevski. Part of the reason why I think this offensive concept should work, again, is the lack of rim protection. Aleksej Pokusevski is one of the worst rim protecting bigs in the league, and Portland's looking to exploit that along with the speed between Scoot and Cade. And there it is, Cade Cunningham's first foul of the game. Get him in foul trouble, take him out of the game. Scoot would make both at the line, he's got 6. Here's Jaden Ivey for 3, that one is good. Just because Scoot is the hub of the offense now doesn't mean he can't fall asleep on defense. Here is Scoot on the drive. Smith looks to help. Out to Springer. Contested jumper is good. Not an easy shot for Springer, who really didn't have much of a landing point there, as it's 15-13. Thompson misses the contested corner 3. Here comes Portland in transition. Scoot looks to blow by Cade. He gets it in the corner for Shaedon Sharpe, guarded by Ivey. Portland will now look to reset. Scoot calls for the isolation. Drives by Cade on the right side, and there you go. Foul number 2 for Cade Cunningham, and he's going to have to come out of the game early. So the play is working exactly how we would have hoped. He has 2 fouls and has to come out of the game a lot earlier than he would have otherwise. That means he's not able to impact the game offensively, and Detroit's going to need other guys to make plays for them scoring the basketball, as Shaedon Sharpe drives in for the layup despite tight defense by Tanner Calhoun. 18-13. Lillard guarded by Ivey. Probably not the matchup of choice, although Lillard guarded him pretty well there. But Ivey still hits the jumper, and I would expect the Pistons are likely going to switch Lillard on to Bufkin and have one of the other guards with Ivey. Zay Logan connects on the corner 3. That shot was pretty contested, but Portland gets the triple to fall. 21-17 now. Thompson in the corner, guarded by Sharpe. Nice pass for Darion Reed, who is in with the throwdown, and we are within 2. Portland's offense has slowed down a lot over the last couple of minutes, as has Detroit's. Ever since Cade has been taken out of the game, both teams have really struggled on offense, as Kobe Bufkin ties the game with the mid-ranger. Knotted up at 21, Ivey guarded by Abaji. Throws it up, and that one is good, and the Pistons are back ahead 23-21 with under 30 to go in the quarter. Logan off the screen for 3. That one is off the mark. Abaji with the offensive rebound over to Porzingis for the layup. Great job on the glass there by Ochai Agbaji to stop the scoring drought. Here's Ausar Thompson off the screen for 3. That one is off the mark. Sharpe has to chuck it up, and it nearly goes. That'll wrap up the first. 23-23. The take Cade out offensive concept has worked out really well. We got him in foul trouble. We took him out of the game early, and the Pistons offense, once he was taken out, has played a lot worse. Now the issue is that our offense has also played significantly worse since he was taken out of the game with his second foul. We need to be better on the offensive end of the floor. Suleiman is trapped inside, sends it to Springer, open left wing 3 is good. Darius Springer did not attempt a 3 in game 2. Good to see him making his first one today. Abaji pump fake has Springer on the right wing. Bang! 2 quick triples for Springer. He's already got 10. Matching his point total from the last game. It's fair to say, although he doesn't look healthy, he does look a lot better than game 2. Here's Suleiman on the drive. Hands it off to Porzingis for the slam. And the Blazers offense already looks a lot better early in the second. And I think much of it is having Darius Springer in the game. He was used offensively as a decoy in the first quarter. Now he's getting the ball a lot here in the second, making plays. Calhoun snuffed at the rim by Porzingis. On the other end, it's Springer with it. Out to Kristaps. He's guarded by Calhoun. And Kristaps wants this matchup all day. Inside for Suleiman. And he misses about the easiest layup you'll ever see. He's got to make that. On the other end now, Bufkin. Tightly guarded by Griffin. Looking to get somebody open. He gets it over to Killian Hayes. Hayes finds Calhoun. Calhoun drives right side. He's blocked again by Tingus Pingus. On the other end, Kristaps transition 3 is no good. That was a really bad shot. Portland unable to take advantage of their great defense, but they forced the turnover. Calhoun loses it. On the other end, Abaji will get fouled. Tanner Calhoun has been a black hole offensively for the Pistons early in the second. The last 3 possessions, he's been blocked twice and turned it over the other time. So naturally, the Blazers leave him open for 3, and he drains it, looking to snap out of his awful cold streak. 33-28 now. Scoot Henderson guarded by Ivy. He gets it over to Springer in the corner for Agbaji. He'll look for the screen from Springer. Agbaji out to Springer. Looks to get by Reed. Great defense here by Detroit as Agbaji misses inside, and he appears to be in pain. 5-on-4 opportunity for the Pistons with Agbaji hurt on the other end. A great opportunity to make it a 1-score game. Jabari Smith now guarded by Agbaji, who returns to the play. Over to Ausar Thompson. 5 on the clock. Ivy, tough, contested 3 is good. We are within 2, and the Blazers are going to call time to get Ochai Agbaji out of the game. So what happened there? The Blazers really wasted that offensive possession to where Agbaji kind of had to throw it up off the glass. Nice pump fake, but as you can see, as he tries to get the rebound, he lands awkwardly on Darion Reed's foot and is grabbing at what looks like his right hip. So he'll be taken out of the game. That is certainly bad news for Portland, losing arguably their most important bench player. As Ivy makes the layup, we're tied at 33. Portland looked really good early in the second, but now the momentum appears to be gone, and they could use a bucket. Griffin, pump fake with the slam, as Tanner Calhoun looks foolish on that play, as he has throughout the entire quarter. 2-point game. Ivy with it. 5 on the shot clock, slightly guarded by Scoot. Ivy's going to heave up some junk, and it's good for the lead! Jaden Ivey for 3. He's got 15. Cade, meanwhile, has not been in the game for the last 12 minutes. As Detroit has it in transition, it's Reed with the slam. And the Blazers call time, down by 5, wasting a golden opportunity with Cade Cunningham out of the game for an extended time. That's exactly what we wanted. They played into our hand, and, well, we folded. So now the Blazers have it back. The offense really struggling right now. They need somebody to get going. As Springer makes the floater, he's got 12 on 5 of 6 shooting. He's been ultra efficient. His one miss comes off of a missed dunk. Here is Griffin. Posts up on Jaden Ivey, looking to take advantage of the size mismatch, and he does as he's in with the layup, and we are quickly within 1. Ivey in takeover mode has it on the wing. Gets it over to Cade for 3, and it's good. The Pistons have been screening Cade open. Khalil Griffin's got to be able to get off these screens quicker because that's how Cade's been effective today. Following possession, Portland looks to give him a taste of their own medicine. Logan with the open 3 as he gets screened open. The Pistons not able to do it there as Griffin blocks Cade inside, but Cade is right there with the offensive rebound and the putback. When you get a really nice defensive play on him, you got to finish the play and grab the board. 42-45 now. Scoot in isolation with Cunningham. Looks to drive by him to the left side. He's in with the slam. Nice play there by Scoot Henderson. Again, taking advantage of his speed and the lack of defense to stop him. Cade, pump fake. Out to Jabari Smith. Heaves up a 3. He's fouled and 1! A potential 4-point play for Detroit. Number 1 rule of defense, don't foul the jump shooter. The second rule, don't let him make the shot. 49-44. It's Cunningham inside again off the screen. Cade has barely had the ball on offense, but he's been so effective moving without the ball in his hands as Scoot Henderson gets the easy dunk. Even with the Pistons building a little bit of a lead, Portland's got to continue their strategy on offense because it's working, kind of. Jabari Smith makes the layup, though, on the other end. 46-53. Scoot, pump fake, out to Logan. Thinks about the shot, won't take. Instead, he drives inside and is there with the slam. Again, the paint wide open for the Blazers. Here's Cade, guarded by Griffin. Step back. Tries to float it up and in, and he does. A busy first half for Cade. He's got nearly 20 in single-digit minutes. Under 20 to go in the half now. Griffin blows by Ausar Thompson. He gets the dunk, and we are within 5. 55-50. Final seconds of the first half. Cade, jumper, off the mark. Another offensive rebound and another putback. Again, that was a really good defensive play, but Portland couldn't finish the possession. Time winding down here in the first half. Scoot at the buzzer, no good. And that'll do it here in the second quarter. The Pistons lead 57-50. The defense certainly slowed down for us in that second quarter. Cade Cunningham got hot once he entered the game, and we did not take advantage of all the time that Cade was not in the game. He barely played 9 minutes in the first half, and it's not like he's at 4 fouls. He still only has the 2. We need the offense to be better. Scoot Henderson has been effective. Darius Springer has been effective. He's only missed 1 shot, but we need more out of everybody else. Jaden Ivey has been really good for Detroit, and we've got to figure out how to guard him while focusing on Cade. The two of them have nearly 40 points. As for Ochai Agbaji, he has strained his hip. It's going to affect him for the rest of the season, but he will return later today as Cunningham misses the open 3. Portland's got to recognize these screens and close out quicker. They're lucky Cade missed the open shot. On the other end, Griffin on the drive sends it in for Springer. Pump fake, layup is good, and it is a 1-score game. Quick start here in the third quarter for the Blazers to start on a 4-0 run as Ivey loses it. Scoot Henderson with the steal, looking to push the pace. He gets it over to Khalil Griffin. Griffin looks to drive in. Portland now looking to reset as it's Shaedon Sharpe guarded by Cade on the screen. Sharpe over to Porzingis. That's a mismatch. He's going to draw the double. Somebody's open. Springer for the tie. Bang! 17 now for Springer, and he has still only missed 1 shot. 57-59 now. Here's Scoot Henderson. Looks to get by Cade, and he is fouled. There's number 3 for Cade Cunningham. They're certainly not going to take him out of the game here, but the more fouls he gets, the better. Following possession, Scoot is trapped, and he is blocked by Poku. He wanted to bait Cade into fouling, but it doesn't work as Pokuševski is there with the snuff. On the inbound, right back to Scoot. Tries to do the same thing, but he's blocked again. This time by Cade Cunningham. Pistons on the other end. Thompson's rejected. It's Griffin with the denial, and now Portland has it. Scoot Henderson guarded by Cade. Looks for the screen. On the drive, layup is good. Nice job there by Scoot to guard the ball and not let Jabari Smith get a hand on it. Blazers lead 61-59, their first lead in quite a while. Griffin is fouled by Cade. That's his 4th. And again, he's probably going to have to come out of the game here. Portland has to take advantage now with Cade being out. Ivey inside for Jabari Smith on the pick and roll. He's there with the dunk as the Pistons offense continues to survive and produce with Cade out of the game. Here's Marsh over to Griffin for 3. That one's good. The lead up to 5 for Portland as they continue their impressive start here in the third quarter, outscoring Detroit 16-4. But Ivey responds on the lob. 66-63. Marsh hands it off to Logan on the drive. Pistons send help. Agbaji open corner 3 is good. Even with his injury, Ochai Agbaji still can certainly shoot the ball. I'm not worried about his offense. It's his defense that could be affected as Griffin's there with the steal. On the other end, he gets it over to Ochai. He gets it back to Griffin. Stuck inside, and he loses it. Jabari Smith with the steal. On the other end, he gets it over to Ausar Thompson. Thompson hands it off for Poku. He's guarded by Caleb Marsh. That looks like a mismatch, and the Pistons will exploit it as Poku is in for the layup, his first points of the game. Smith for 3. It rattles out. That would have brought the lead within 1. On the other end, Griffin looks to bring it himself. Drives in. Pump fake. Has it to Logan. Corner 3. Bang! Another triple for Portland. They have shot the long ball very well here in the third quarter. And after being down at halftime by 7, they lead by 7, but not for long as Ivey gets off the screen, hits the triple, and we are within 4. Well, at the inbound, Shaedon Sharpe with the throwdown. These are going to be a big couple of minutes for Sharpe, who's been quiet offensively, but it's fine because he's been so good on defense. But he's the only one of Portland's 4 stars who are on the floor. We'll see if Shaedon Sharpe can be the hub of the offense for the next couple minutes as Porzingis hits the bucket over Bufkin. 10-point game now. Sharpe on the drive, sends it home! And the lead is now up to 12 with the throwdown by Shaedon Sharpe. 80-68, here's Jaden Ivey with it. Pistons need a bucket. Ivey tightly guarded by Marsh as he's able to get by with the slam. Got to give Ivey a ton of credit. He's had to take on much of the offensive responsibility with Cade out of the game in foul trouble, and he's done a good job. Sharpe makes the floater. He's got 6 points over the last 2 minutes, and the lead is back at 12. Bufkin looks for the screen. He finds Tanner Calhoun, who struggled today. Calhoun, jumper will fall, and the lead is back at 10. Around 10 seconds left here in the third. Blazers looking for one more basket. Logan comes in to set the screen here for Shaedon Sharpe. On the drive, open space. Mama! There goes that man! 86-74. What a quarter for the Portland Trail Blazers, who may have just saved their season over the last 10 minutes, outscoring the Pistons 36-17 here in the third quarter. That's nearly a 20-point deficit. The offense was brilliant in this quarter after really struggling at times throughout this game. 13 of 20 from the field, 4 for 5 from deep. Rebounds, turnovers, bench points, passing, everything was good. The defense was phenomenal. Detroit goes just 1 of 8 from deep and 6 of 17 from the field as we've continued to take Cade out of the game. He's at 4 fouls and he is not in to start the fourth. So again, it's going to be the Jaden Ivey show for a little while. And over that third quarter, Ivey was really the only guy who showed up for the Pistons. 10-point game. Reed is blocked. But Ivey gets it back, throws it off the glass, and it's no good. Logan with the rebound. Out to Sharpe. Step back. Heat check. Bang! Big shot for Shaedon Sharpe. It's 91-78. I'm really intrigued by this lineup that Portland has in. It's their 5 best healthy players. No Springer, no Abaji, as Jaden Ivey is there with the dunk. The idea, especially with Springer, is that he's going to get a couple more minutes of rest so he can finish out the game strong. As Ivey's in for another layup, we are within 11. Khalil Griffin, jumper from the mid-range, is off the mark. Smith with the rebound. Pistons can make it a single-digit deficit. Bufkin heaves up a 3. It's good! Big-time shot for Kobe Bufkin. And the Blazers call time. They lead by 8. 93-85. Here's Scoot Henderson over to Shaedon Sharpe on the wing. Sharpe up to 17 on the drive. Layup is good. Nice play there by Sharpe, who has scored 15 points over the last 7 minutes. I said he needed to help lead the offense, and he has certainly done that. Jabari Smith's jumper is no good. Scoot with the rebound. Looks to push the tempo. Logan heaves up a 3. Bang! Big shot for Zay Logan. It's a 13-point lead. Calhoun, triple, no good. Springer gets the rebound and calls time. That means somebody's hurt. Inside, it's Zay Logan, and it's not for his contact here with Poku, but he tries to grab the rebound, and he lands awkwardly on Springer's foot, grabbing at his right hip. Could very well be the same injury to Ochai Agbaji, and now Portland's 2 most important bench players are both hurt. As Cade Cunningham hits the 3, he's back in the game for the first time in quite a while. Here's Agbaji, wide open corner 3 is off the mark. Cade with the rebound, Pistons on the break, somebody should be open. It looks like it's Kobe Bufkin with the slam, and we are within 10. 100-90 now. Reed gets it over to Bufkin with the Pistons in takeover mode. This is their chance to get back in the game, but Tingus Pingus has other plans. Porzingis with the block. On the other end, Agbaji guarded by Cade, looking to post up on Cade and potentially draw the foul. He's unable to. Good defense by Cade to guard without fouling. On the other end, Bufkin to Thompson. Short jumper will fall, and the lead is within 8. Portland's got to keep the pedal on the metal. This game is not over. Scoot Henderson in isolation on the drive is in with the slam. Too easy for the speedster. Even though he is tired, he's able to outrun Cade. Really, everybody on the floor other than Cade is running on fumes at this point, and Cade having this extra energy could help him offensively as he hits the pull-up 3, and the lead is within 5. Scoot looks to drive by Cade. He is fouled. That is Cade's 5th foul of the game, and obviously since it's so late, they will keep him in, but one more foul, he's done. Scoot would make both at the line. It's a 7-point game. Cade on the drive. He will get the layup and the foul, and 1. Cade gets the matchup he wants there with Scoot Henderson, who hasn't guarded him at all today, and he capitalizes. We're now within 4. Scoot looks to drive in. Blocked by Cade. No foul. Scoot gets it back. Shot no good. Porzingis with the rebound. Out to Springer for 3. That one is no good. Portland had like 3 or 4 shots there. Cade was close to fouling out multiple times. Good job to guard again without fouling as Smith gets the dunk on the other end, and look at the scoreboard. This game is within 2. The Pistons, who were down by as many as 13, have battled all the way back, and it's anybody's game with 2.5 to go. Scoot on the drive, gets it over to Griffin. Portland still looking to take advantage of isolation drives that they can, as Springer gets it over to Scoot Henderson. Scoot drives by Cade. He should have Springer open. Pump fake. Porzingis beats the shot clock. It's good! Huge make for Porzingis. The Pistons guarded excellently the entire possession, but Kristaps takes advantage of his size. Lead is at 4 with 2 minutes to go. Can Portland hang on and win their first game in the finals? Cade guarded by Griffin. Layup is no good. Big stop by Khalil Griffin. Scoot with the rebound on the other end. He gets it to Springer. Over to Sharp. Back to Springer, who hasn't scored since early in the third. He finds Tingus Pingus, guarded by Cade. That's a mismatch. Draw the foul, get the double. You've got options. Springer, 3 is good! Darius Springer from beyond the arc. Alpha the assist by Porzingis. And it is a 7-point game. Springer's up to 20 with just 3 missed shots all game. Cade guarded by Griffin. Looks for the screen. Tough 3. Will not fall. Scoot with the rebound, and here comes Portland, a couple plays away from possibly icing the game. Scoot gets it over to Porzingis now. Porzingis posts up on Poku. Back to Scoot, 8 on the shot clock. Looks to drive by Cade. Layup is good, and a foul! And 1 for Scoot Henderson as Poku tries to draw the charge, but his feet were not set. And a 3 throw from Henderson can bring the lead up to 10. A big play for Scoot Henderson in what possibly might have just iced the game. He's up to a team-high 24 points. 112-102. The Pistons now might need to hit the panic button. They need some quick shots. Cade, step-back jumper, no good. Springer with the rebound, his 8th. On the other end, it's Scoot over to Khalil Griffin. Looks to drive by Cade. Layup is good. Remember when Jabari Smith had the big dunk in transition? It was a 2-point game at that point. Since then, the Blazers are on a 10-0 run, and they lead by a dozen with under 50 seconds left. Cade with it over to Jabari Smith. Jumper in the face of Springer is good. Their first points in over a minute and a half. The Pistons will not press. Could they be looking to wave the white flag, perhaps? I imagine the Blazers are going to try to chew some clock if they can. Khalil Griffin, pump fake over to Scoot Henderson. Henderson guarded by Cade. He's going to look for the screen here from Porzingis with under 30 to go. Scoot tries to lob it up for Tingus Pingus, but he's unsuccessful. And now the Pistons have it on the break. Smith, quick 3, is good! And the lead sits at 7. Now Detroit will press with around 15 seconds left. And if somebody shoots the 3 throws, Portland wants it to be Shaedon Sharpe. But they're not going to foul, it looks like. The Pistons are going to wave the white flag, and they're going to let Darius Springer dribble off the clock, being that he has fought through this knee injury today. And with that, the Blazers win Game 3 of the Finals, 114-107, and Portland will make this a 2-1 series, a massive win on the road today for the Trail Blazers. And while this was far from a perfect game, the effort and hunger that this team displayed was so impressive. These guys fought on both ends of the floor, constantly being disruptive on defense, battling through injuries, battling through lack of stamina, and it didn't matter. We certainly relied on our top 7. They were the only guys to score in this game, and that was led by Scoot Henderson, who I think was our best overall player today, with 24, 8, and 6. He executed the take Cade out concept very well. He missed some shots inside, but he did a good job drawing fouls, did a good job finishing around the rim. He executed that to a T. Darius Springer led the team in minutes, interestingly. That was not on purpose, but Springer was absolutely a net positive on the floor. He looked so much better than he did in Game 2. We couldn't run the offense around him. He had to be a role player, and he was able to do that really well. 4 for 5 from deep. Did a great job getting open and shooting off the catch. Plus minus of 9. Interestingly, Scoot Henderson's was minus 10. That's odd. But nonetheless, Darius Springer was really good. He played well defensively as well. Shaedon Sharpe had a big second half, only 1 for 5 from deep. But I thought Sharpe had a really strong game. He was excellent defensively. Zay Logan made some big plays, 4 for 5 from 3. His injury, though, could be a big deal. Griffin with 16. I thought his defense on Cade was fine. I mean, I wouldn't say it was great. Cade was very good offensively, but Griffin still was better than Scoot. Tinkus Pinkus made some big plays. He blocked 4 shots. Griffin had 3. Agbaji was inefficient, but still made some nice plays defensively. As for Detroit, Cade Cunningham played 18 minutes. The goal of the take Cade out concept was to take him out of the game, and boy, we did that. With him being in foul trouble, he played less than half the game. He was a -4 in 18 minutes, while Detroit was -3 when he was out of the game. So there's really no correlation to positive plus-minus with him in there, but he was still really good with 32, while Ivy had 30. Jabari Smith was also really efficient. He had 15. And Darion Reed, I thought, played well. He was plus 21 in the minutes he played, while the Pistons got outscored by 28 when he was not in the game. They need to play him at the 5. He's been so much better than Poku. The problem with Detroit's offense is they had guys shoot them out of the game. Calhoun, 2 for 10. Lasar Thompson, 2 for 8. With the exception of Cade and Ivy, the rest of the team was really bad offensively. And if you take out Jabari Smith as well, they shot like 2 for probably 11 or something from 3. So overall, a really good win there, but we've still got some questions with Ochai Agbaji and Zay Logan both straining their right hips. It's going to affect both of them for the rest of this season. They're both going to be able to play through the injuries, but they're probably going to play less, which is a big deal because they are by far the 2 most important bench players. We might need some of these other guards or bigs to have a bigger role for us going forward and give us some of the impact that we might be losing with those 2 guys getting injured. Nonetheless, though, great win. Super proud of the team, but we've still got a lot of work to do. We still trailed the series 2-1. Even though we outcoached the Pistons here in Game 3, they'll get a chance to watch the film over and try to figure out how to stop the take Cade out concept. Their coach is Monty Williams, so I'm not entirely sure they're going to figure something out other than twiddle their thumbs during the film session, but you never know. They've got smart players on their team. So that'll wrap up the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.